Riffusion has done it again, and they have my hackles up because some of its outputs are just a little bit too good. I realized last time I played with it for a while that I went and did some yard work later, and half the songs I was working with were earbuds and in my ears. And it's happened again with this one. It's a cover, it's a version of one of the songs from my bands that we released. And I set it up to do an ethereal 80s synth dream pop version of it. And it's so good. And so I want to just show you guys today how I step-by-step made these covers or remixes. And also later in the video, I take a popular song that most people should know, and I'm pretty blown away by the output of how different both the tracks are from track to track. So essentially what I do to create these tracks is I go to the top bar here and I'm able to upload the track. So if it's one that I already had downloaded, say like one later, but say right here, Night Owl was the one I grabbed. And then it pops up and says, hey, do you own this track? Yes, I do in fact own this track. And now it's going to go through and transcribe the lyrics. And it's pretty accurate with transcribing the lyrics. But you need to check and make sure things like the verses and the chorus are set up the right way in order to get the right output. So here it is. As I'm talking, it was able to go through and transcribe. I'm not going to do it during this video now, but before I went through and just fixed it all, made sure it was all good. So then I can go down here to the sound. And what's fun is if I don't have an idea for anything for a sound, I can get a bunch generated for me. So that's really fun. So, you know, if you want to just have some fun with it and see the different directions you can go, take some of the ones it suggests, but otherwise, if you have ones that you really want to do, you can go with that. And actually, you know what, just for the sake of this video, glitchy rhythm sounds fun. I'm going to generate one. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So, all right, cool. So that was one of the ethereal 80s synth dream pop versions of this song. And actually, just really quickly, I want to play you the original song so you can kind of just hear that quickly, and it'll be just brief little sections of it here. So it's like, you know, a 90s rock kind of alternative. It's going to get loud here in a sec. You can kind of hear, and then hear how his vocals are here. Skip to the chorus. So you can get the bass point of what we're dealing with to start. Here's the chorus. All right, so now you've heard, you know, what the original song is. So here's the second ethereal 80s synth dream pop version of it. And again, you know, all these are pretty darn good. This one actually sounds a lot like a Kate Bush song, so that's kind of fun. You can feel that there's some of the different tricks from that running up the hill song by Kate Bush that they're trying to apply here. But I wanted 80s synth, so that's very accurate for it to pull from that direction. See what it does. Okay. So here's the chorus, and I was looking to see if it would do that typical music dropping out right before the chorus, kind of the trope that I heard a lot. There it happened a little bit where it broke down and came out right before the second verse started, but they're not going to it every time, so that makes me happy. I was a little frustrated with Riffusion last time because it was constantly doing that, where it was doing these same kind of, I call them like Nickelback type tricks. Not to hate on Nickelback, but we all know they use the same tricks over and over again. So let's see what they did for the solo here. So that's cool. Yeah, it's the 80s synth, you know, instead of the guitar solo, that is the track, they instead use synth to do the guitar solo. So, all right, moving on. I want to do that same song, but now I wanted it in 70s classic rock with a soaring lead guitar. These I thought were kind of misses, but, you know, you let me know in the comments what you're thinking. So this one is, they almost went a little, tried to go psychedelic, but then I noticed little bits of Queen kind of coming through in terms of vocal delivery, but I don't know. All right, I asked for soaring lead guitar. Let's see what we get. Yep. Yeah. It's actually some of the same lead runs that he does in the original song done over. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Again, that one sounded very, very Queen sounding. All right, so this next one I thought was kind of like an Elvis Costello thing, which is not really 70s, it's more like 60s, but you be the judge.
Burned itself out too. There's nothing
I kind of like it. It's fun. It's got a little funky feel to it.
this night out. Find time.
Still has a prog rock kind of feel to it. They're not playing all the same chords we did in the original song. It's definitely got a little more movement to it, which is pretty fun. And hats off to it for not just taking the original song. Here's the chorus. Yeah, that's great vocal delivery. Alright, let's see what they did for the lead guitar. Okay. It's definitely a 70s type lead guitar. I mean, I think it kind of nailed it. It's pretty good. Actually, if you're listening to it a second or third time here, I think I'm liking it more and more. It's frustrating how good it is. All right, so a couple more covers on this same song before I go into the popular song that everybody knows. All right, I wanted to see how it would do with like an early 90s kind of 808 hip-hop beat. So think like Rick Rubin produced like Beastie Boys, stuff like that. I thought it did, again, pretty good here with the beats. And instead of getting like a Beastie Boys kind of feel, instead it's like Daft Punk. It's one of my favorites so far.
And there's nothing I can do. Oh, oh. This night I'll find time to.
All right, let's get to the chorus.
Try to, oh, but it's done. It's run its course into time.
That's cool. Let's see what it does for the lead guitar. Oh, nice. So it sticks to the 808 to try to replicate what he played on the original song. That's very cool. Turn that back down. That's cool. Very good. All right. So, one more. Yeah, let's see how this last one does for that 808 type beat. Vocal delivery is kind of the same. Okay, a little more hip hop kind of vocal. Alright, let's get to that lead guitar. Oh. What? Wow, that's almost more creative than most of the beats that I've heard on things. That's all right. All right. All right, let's center ourselves back here. All right, I did a cover of oh, you know what? While we're on the same one, that Glitchy Rhythms we did earlier in the video. Let's just hear this. We're hearing this together for the first time here. So, let's see. I think we're learning together what a glitchy rhythm is. Kind of cool. All right, let's see what it did for the lead guitar. Nice. All right, so I have one last song that I did that I wanted to do a cover of a popular song that everybody knows. And instead of playing the song and then getting a copyright restriction, I'm just going to play the intro to it real quick on the guitar so you guys know what song I'm talking about. But if you know from the late 90s, the band's called Jimmy Eat World and the song's called The Middle, almost everybody knows it. So give me 1 sec. So now that we're all on the same page of what song it is that we're playing, all right, I wanted to hear that song as a 60s Britpop, and I am blown away by how dramatically different both of these output tracks are. And now, first of all, when I uploaded that song, it did detect that it's a copyrighted song. I chose that song because it's a song I actually ripped from a CD that I owned 20 years ago and put onto my computer. So I know that I own that track, and I am not going to replicate it and try to make any money with it. So we're good all on up and up on the copyright side. So, all right, here's the first version, which I thought was super weird and different, but still pretty fun. So it's doing an intro.
Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head to be left out or looked down on.
I mean, they're taking a lot of liberties with the melody, and I don't know if I care for it because I know the original song so well.
Don't you worry, tell.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for something kind of Beatles-like, and it is, but it doesn't sound too good. All right, so now this second one is the closest cover that I've ever heard to the original version, but with just a little bit of a difference to make it sound more like the genre. So I really think this was Riffusion kind of at its best with a popular song. So here we go. You're going to notice the intros could be very familiar. So it's like they added almost just an effect to the original guitar.
Hey, don't write yourself off yet.
Almost sounds like it could be the original vocalist, but just a little bit affected. And it really shows its strength when you hit the chorus. It messes up the words a little bit, but that's okay. Different. All right, let's see what it does for the solo, the lead guitar. It's not all the same notes, but it's the same vibe. So this one I thought really was a cool win. So this is a fun way to, you know, what I could picture a band, a popular band, using this to have a fun version of their song played before their band plays to the crowd, to make the crowd be like, wait, what? What, you know, what's going on here? Why am I hearing this song and it's different? So that would be a fun thing to do. But, you know, this, again, it just shows the power of this program. It's really, really good at taking these uploads and these songs, and you feed it the lyrics, and then it outputs something brand new and really fun. So please, in the comments, let me know, you know, which one was your favorite. There was a lot of different things across the board. And if you've, you know, played with it at all, tell me some tips and tricks that you've done. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. That really helps Rasha and I get our word out to everyone. And if you want to check us out on Mondays, we talk about 20-30 minutes on our podcast, all the popular streaming podcast platforms, and right here on YouTube. And we talk, you know, 20-30 minutes about all the latest news and updates and what we've been up to in the world of AI. So until then, we're just two creative guys talking AI.